Coach, I guess just talk about the disappointment of the loss and a tough comeback that just fell short.
Yeah, I'm surely extremely disappointing. Didn't get off to a very good start offensively or in special teams, and that's my fault for whatever reason. Just not off to a great start. Defensively, I thought we competed all day. They did a great job of just grinding it and having a bunch of short third down conversions, which they did a great job of converting, and our guys competed, no question. Our first 7 possessions, we turned the ball over inside the 5. We don't get a fourth down inside the 5, and then we fumbled wherever Marcus's was, I don't know, 25, 30-ish. If we turn, a couple of those into touchdowns, it's a completely different game. But I have to give them a ton of credit, and really proud of our guys and how they competed.
You said last year they didn't get your best shot. Was that the case tonight, or do you have to give Stanford's defense credit?
Absolutely. I think we competed really well. There's a ton of things that will go back. We had a bunch of guys slipping on the top of routes for whatever reason. A couple plays would have been huge that the ball was out on the top of the route, kind of timing situations, and would have been field flipping kind of possession type of situations. But our guys competed. There's no question about that. Did we play perfectly? No. Did we coach perfectly? Absolutely not. And we'll fix it this week.
Given the implications of the BCS, how tough is it when you lose a game like this, knowing that there's so many other teams that are undefeated right now?
Well, sure, any loss is disappointing, and where we've put ourselves, where our players have put ourselves, it's obviously magnified. But again, couldn't be prouder of this group of guys and how they competed. We don't hold the cards anymore, but we never hold the cards. We have to come back and prepare and get ready for whoever's next.
This is a perfect way to, if you putting in a textbook or a playbook, this is exactly how to play Oregon, right? Hang on to the ball, and they had, I think, 3/4 of the time, so you don't get your offense going.
Well, yeah, a lot goes into that. I think we, from an execution standpoint on offense, we'll look at the film and there'll be a lot of woulda, shoulda, couldas. But unfortunately, we don't get do-overs, and give them a ton of credit. They're going to have a lot of guys that are graduating this year on an outstanding defense, and that'll change things a little bit. But again, give them credit.
Was their offensive line a little more formidable, Mark, than you thought? Their offensive line seems like it was pretty. Seems like they got yardage. Never that short yardage.
I don't think we ever said, otherwise. I don't think we. Are you saying we underestimated somebody, or?
No, I'm not saying that you underestimated. Was it more formidable than you expected?
No, I think Stanford's an outstanding team, and they played really, really well. And they finished the game better than we did, started the game a lot better than we did, and they won tonight.
We've seen 2 years in a row now Stanford play very well against you guys. What is it that they're doing so well that other teams haven't been able to do?
I think they have really good players. A lot of teams have played us very similarly to how they do. But again, there's a ton of those guys are graduating this year, and I think it's like 15 or 16 of their top 22 on defense, something like that, are seniors, and they're talented and experienced and very deep. The scheme is, a lot of teams have played us very similar to how they did, and there's been different results, but yeah, they've beaten us 2 years in a row.
Why did Marcus run the ball so well?
Part of the game plan.
Why was that part of the game plan?
So we thought gave us the best chance to win.
Is this loss harder knowing that you were so close, you were almost dead in the water, you come back and you still don't win? Does it make it tougher?
No, I think it makes me more proud of our team. I think prouder of just how we fought, how we battled, and we were so close in so many regards, whether it was an offensive mistake or special teams. We had the punt return that almost went, and then we don't get on the fourth down play. There's just so many of those little things, and their little things added up to more points than our little things.
Mark, do you regret not kicking a field goal early there?
I don't. I would do it the exact same way. I thought we had a play that I had a ton of confidence in, and I would do it again.
Is Marcus's knee bothering him at all in terms of running the ball?
I don't know. Everybody's banged up this time of year.
Does it make it a little easier, you know, just the history of the BCS, there's a lot of teams that lose in November and one loss, and, you know, how it shakes out, you know, one loss teams, you know.
Doesn't seem very easy right now. I don't know. You know, that's where we really, obviously our guys know the landscape of things, and you know, we all do, but we don't control any of that. You know, stuff's going to happen this weekend that'll be weird, and that's more the reason we need to go back and get treatment and take care of our little details and come back fighting next week, and I know our guys will.
Mark, Josh is a senior. He seemed pretty upset. He showed some tears on the sideline. Just talk about the disappointment of the seniors for this game, having lost to Stanford 2 years in a row, and just tough loss.
Yeah, and that's, I think, you know, you give a ton of credit to the guys in the arena. Those guys laid it on the line, you know, and again, I think that's where they can feel good about themselves from that standpoint. It wasn't like last year. I thought we competed really hard. Are we ever going to play perfect? No. And you know how they played tonight, we had to play a little bit better than we did, and that's my fault. And you know, I know how to correct those things. Our staff knows how to correct those things, and our guys will bounce back.
Why is that your fault?
Well, we need to prepare them better.
Would you change the game plan a lot if you had it to do it again, or is this an execution thing?
Well, that's again, there's a ton of stuff, and it starts with me and will end with me as far as how we would make corrections or why we would do things differently. There's always things, you know, you go back and you, hey, we should have, you know, but there's a ton of little things that are a combination of there's a combination of factors in everything.
What kind of impact did the crowd have tonight?
I don't know. I thought it was obviously a great energy, but I don't know.
Last question.
Mark, set down 17 points at halftime. What was the message coming out in the second half?
Again, very similar to what I just said. When you have by that time we'd only had the fourth down play, and then the fumble inside the 5, and you know, if we just finish those drives, I mean, minimally, I mean, kick a field goal or whatever, you know, a field goal and a touchdown, it's a completely different game, and we were really close to getting a bunch of pressure on the passer. The ball popped out a couple times, and we didn't you know, end up with the recovery, and we were really close. We're playing a really good team, and to keep battling.